Welcome back, people, to Let's Play Shadowrun Returns. We're continuing on from the warehouse level. After hours, when you return to the Seamstress's Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place, bereft of the normal crowd that haunts it. The bar feels desolate, almost abandoned. It's eerie, like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you find you have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need someone to help you analyze it. Okay. Without its colorful staff, cast of regulars, and posing tourists, the Union feels hollow. The front bar and lounge are deserted, except for a handful of janitors. Hello. Mrs. Kubota is in the back. Alright, let's see. Hey, I just whipped there. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling, I don't know, noodles or something, wafting through the air. I didn't quite catch that. Ohio! Would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Omaya, but you look like hell. Yeah, long night. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Alright. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one will follow you. I can tell you have been busy, and I can see by the look in your face that there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yeah, I found some DNA evidence, and I need help analyzing it. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I'm certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you, if they're awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. Thanks. Ganbatte kudasai. Good luck. Okay, let's speak to the dude. Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clove? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of all the victims being human. There's more to it than that. My thoughts exactly. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. That doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clove, but he retains himself with a roll of his thick shoulders and smoothing out his jacket. Don't worry, I'm not gonna start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. Well, listen, just forget about the whole stereotype thing. You know? Let's see. The digital world. What I mean to say is everybody's an individual. I don't give a shit what race has to do with anything. I don't understand. That's old think. Let's see, the digital world. You'd think by the age of what, 21, 40 we'd be past that? But I guess when you're dealing with orcs and trolls, that's a little bit more than just like black versus white. Alright. Enough of that. The digital world. Let's see. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, cybernetic analog inside the grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world, and more locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry a Decker's brain. Every moment you make in the Matrix can be tracked. Any movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked. If you aren't careful, get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. Sounds hardcore. Okay. There's David Frye. I think we want to see that guy. There's Van Graz. Let's speak to him first. I was hoping to get some peace and quiet for tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that. Now, I can get rid of it for you. Say 20%? That leaves 2,000 for you. Deal. Pleasure doing business. Cool. So I must have picked up that from one of the thugs who dropped down by the dock. Morning! You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action too. Suppose I can use a shower? Hey. No. Fuck the shower. Can either of you two do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information is still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you give me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track down the owner via a matrix run. Will do. Hand me the DNA you want to test. Give Frye the blood sample. Chopper, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Whiz. Get to work. The question, if am I, who? I think it's the Ripper's blood. No Drek. He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy, you got work to do. And Chopper, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Chopper. Okay, we got some karma. What does David Frye actually sell here? He sells a lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I need any of it. That's the thing. Okay, we got 19 karma now, so we should be able to upgrade ourselves quite handily. Let's see. I'm not really having trouble hitting stuff. And this is a Chi Onslaught, so that's gonna be good. Can you quick strike, mystic armor, pain resistance. I don't know if I need any more willpower right now, but I would like some strength. And let's see, let's go close combat, melee weapons, strength. Right, so we're setting ourselves up for cleave here. That's gonna be very nice. Of course, I could always use more body because I can't really dodge much yet. But, can I collapse quickness? No? No collapse in it. Fine. Confirm. Cool. So, let's speak to Johnny Clash. No, Clean. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal. He was working from memory on a minimal sleep. Right. That's great, Professor. What's the plan? Let's see. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first and see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jam into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? No experience. What now? I have a Trode net here. It's a headband you wear while that lets you piggyback me into the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's probably fine. We're in. The arch will take us to the next node. Oh, your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine what it feels for him. Phew, I managed to get it. Let's see, the data area I had is defended by intrusion countermeasures. Ah, I see. Okay, what can I do here? Killer! Let's use this. Okay, that did some pretty good damage. Suppression reduces alarm state by 4. Is this alarm state? I don't know. Heal a friendly target. Increases your chance to hit versus enemy IC. And this is creates an attack. Okay, so that's like a summon. There we go. Oh. You know what would be fantastic? Is an AoE and actually hitting my targets. One more, come on. Excellent. I don't care if it takes long. If I can stay there without taking any damage, that's good. Good enough. Come on. I do have a 75% chance to hit. One would think that it actually hit once in a while. Alright, the IC is down. Let's see if there's a match for the fingerprints. Fingerprints? I thought it was a DNA. DNA match located, 100% match. Arrest records database. Silas Forsberg. Status deceased. Profession chop shop surgical assistant. Priors breaking and entering, 2 counts. Public indecency, 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man. Alright, let's keep looking. Let's Let's go through here. Let's use this suppression thing. Does it lower this? A little bit. Autopsy records. Alright. Use the killer program. Boom. Excellent. Now that guy. One more. Oh, come on. Miss. There we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Autopsy records. Project Silas subject, Silas Forsberg. Notes. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body. Possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. Yeah, no shit. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Okay. I'm gonna take cover over here. Good. Excellent. Let's use our killer thing to do some damage. One more. Boom. Newsnet archive. Newsnet 1. Return on subject. Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted the authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death had been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body a mass puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, and is far too common here in the Sprawl. Well, that might be something we can go on. Let's regroup in meat space a bit. Oh, can I? Jacking out. No, I want to jack out here. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace this doctor. You in? punch it, man. That's right. Okay. Medical board 1. Alright, there's no cover. Excellent, I just love that. That's so convenient. Okay. Charging. Come on, hit the bastard. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Medical board 1. Searching medical records, Silas Forsberg. Medical records file 4, Silas Forsberg. Located. 2020 to 2030. Pediatric record. Partial. One peculiar pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently. While the outbreak of challenging children being born with the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there's no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. Right. 2030 to 2040. Data missing or corrupted. Contact administrator. Alright. 2040 to present. The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and, frankly, an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for the health of my patients, I'm assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at his next session. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, finally we get some cover. Oh, that guy over there looks serious. Ooh. I took a hit. Ah, those are the black eye seas. 84 to hit that thing. Boom! That's right. Fuck. Let's get a bit closer. There we go. Good. So, employment records. Employment records located. Henry Holdings, Holmes, MD, PhD. Check current employment. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of chief psychiatrist and administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Okay, previous employers. 2045 to 2054, psychiatrist in residence, Mercy Mental. Right, 40 to 45, attending psychiatrist, Mercy Mental, and 30 to 40, private practice. Alright, we'll leave the records. Bingo, back to meat space again. Alright. Jack out of the LAN. Let's see. Ooh, gain 6 karma. Reality is at the end of the day is contextual, and the meat world comes back into focus in your head once more and tries to settle which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers in your meat body demands food and drink. Your meat body demands food and drink, right? You disconnect from the deck. Find that the Union's safe house has risen. Cool. Alright, so let's talk to Frye. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that his case has gotten under his skin. That this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Chopper? Maybe Silas faked his death. That's a distinct possibility. What was it we saw in the autopsy report? His face was so mangled they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch. Let's see, that matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Luckily, I've never been that desperate. But why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True. Wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted him to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor, Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he is. Right. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and asking some very pointed questions. Please pay him my respects. I always... Ooh, 4,000 Nuyen. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. I set aside a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. Alright, see you later. T.B. Gruberman. Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously put together in another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours. Sunk his elbows into a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. That's a hell of a sentence. The foam flies about as he inventories his shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe something in this batch you're interested in. Sure. See what you got. A katana? Oh! Let's see, may do AP damage on a critical hit. Cool sword. Right, but the axe is better. It has the same damage as, look at that, my machete has the same damage as a katana. The katana is cool, but I mean, come on. You couldn't have given me the katana before then? Well, that kind of sucked, didn't it? Cavalier, concussion grenade. Shady friend. Well. We gotta go with the katana. I don't care if the thing does more damage. Alright, we don't need this anymore. me see what you got. I wish to sell you my machete. There you go. Never mind. Let's see about Mersman. Mersman. There we go. Need some new armor. I'll take a look. Sure. Ganger mask. Refurb UCAS shock gear. UCAS mil-spec that's been customized for the shadows. Grants +1 strength, +5 HP. I'll take it. Confirm. Equip that. Confirm. Yeah, that's better. Now let's sell you this alley punk costume. I don't need that anymore. So, Algernon. Algernon looks the same as always. So much so that one may wonder if he ever takes the time to eat or sleep. Perhaps his presence on this plane of existence is insubstantial enough that he isn't subject to such base needs. Or perhaps he just does these things when no one is looking. Dark clouds surround you, my friend. Perhaps there is something I can provide that would help with whatever is weighing so heavily on you. Once new in the world of magic, Algernon, spirits are stirring. Something has upset the natural order. There is something new. Different. Seen some sick dreck lately. Might be what you mean. Algernon takes a hard look at you for what might be the first time. But this is the hard look of a magician whose eyes pierce the veil of reality, burrow through a man's soul. I can see you have met with disturbing visions. But there is something else out there, something not born of life, as other spirits are. Shaking his head, Algernon opens his clasped hands to you, as if begging forgiveness. Too often, this world leaves us confounded. I pray I have not left you in such a state with my idle musings. Alright, let's see what you have. Cheat casting! Right, magical resistance 2. For sure. Confirm. Don't need this thing then. Alright, let's sell that. Let's see, quick strike and mystic armor, pain resistance. That does +2 armor. Oh, that's good. Stuck to Dr. Sara Castle. Just one glance is all you need to tell that the good doctor is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids, too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who's built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drac. Afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Doc Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued than she was a moment before. Now what can I do for you? Need to check your medical supplies. Right, got some advanced medkits now. I'll buy 3. Okay, so let's remove that basic medkit. Let's remove 1 frag grenade and add in. Uh-oh, no, not you. There we go, advanced medkits, confirm. I'd like to have a look at your cyberware. Let's see here. Adds +1 bone. No, +1 body, right. +1 movement, wired reflexes with reflex trigger. When triggered, you will dodge the first attack against you. Huh. I suppose I could get the +2 armor thing. There we go. Wait, is there a penalty? Everything alright here? Yes, I'm fine, just getting back to myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteer at the medical center on the other side of Touristville, and I had a rough shift. What happened? What always happens? Some run, or some deal, or some meet went south. One thing led to another, etc., etc. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in, and the lips of the victims were healthy enough to still speak. Apparently one of the Baron's gangs incurred the wrath of the local Solpa rings, leading to a rolling shootout through the city streets. Several bystanders were injured, but the real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out on Union Hill Road. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. And we're left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles. Let's hear about yours. Alright, let's get the dermal plating. Right. Yes. Cyberware causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half their magic rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. In addition, each point of magic lost increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it's cooling causes drain to the damage of the caster. Can only have less than 1 essence. See, that's what I think, or that's what I thought, you know? Like, it's the magic versus tech theme. Seem to remember. And I was right, goddammit. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Discreet service only. Sure. I need a crew. Fix your contacts. Right. Ken Combat Decker. Alexander Falk. This guy, he now has some better stuff. What is this? Lightning Barrier. Set 5 medium cover barriers that last really long. Anyone that enters takes a bunch of damage. Cool. He has heal wounds and armor and haste, so that's worth it. Urban Shaman. El Duce. No, we don't want El Duce. Let's take Kendon again. He was good last time. And, right. For the streets. He has that Uzi with the smart link thing. He now has a pointed SMG, so he should be better than last time. His decking is still 3. And he has, right. With an attacker, ISP, Exploder, Expert IMC. ISP, okay. And he's got some grenades. Cavalier Frag grenade. Oh, that chain is better than a normal flechette. Okay, cool. Let's see. Levi, Weapons Master. He has a Remington. lighting. I don't know if I want him. It's called street wet work. Let's see here. Combat rigor. Initiate? No. Magic machine? I don't think so. Tech mage. Aruba tech master, techno shaman, urban shaman, utility man. What about just a sniper? How's that? Let's see what you have. You got a katana. You got a... Oh, you got silenced weapons. Pretty cool. An adept, rigor, samurai, shaman. To stay away, I shoot. If they're moving, I crush. It doesn't matter to me how they die. He's not afraid of getting cut. They get the job done. Blood makes him happy, even his own. Seriously? Well, there's Shannon, I suppose. Let's get Shannon with us here. She now has slow, so that's cool. She has haste 2. Very good. And, yeah. We'll bring her along because, well, she's free. So that's nice. But also, we did kind of promise that, yeah, alright, we'll bring her along if she wants revenge. Yes, confirm travel. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, people. This has been another episode of Let's Play Shadowrun Returns. Hope to see you guys next time. And yeah, so long for now.